guys, this is DESHANTA B, and I'm back to do a little bit of kibbutzing. And that little guy right there is my heart, my joy, my little Kobe, my 13-year-old Yorkie. And if you hear some coughing and sneezing, he has allergies like the rest of us, and it is what it is. At least he's here, and I'm so grateful for every day that I see my little doggy. But guys, I just want to come on and say hello, and also to let you know that I'm still having problems uploading videos. You already know, I already told you the camera don't work, this don't work, that don't work. But I have 2 videos that I've been trying to upload since yesterday at about 3 o'clock, and they still have not uploaded. But guys, I just wanted to say to all my new subscribers, thank you and welcome to the DB family, and I hope that you enjoy the ride. And to my DBs, debonair and beautiful, you already know how I feel about you. I just simply adore you. Let me cut this down a little bit so I don't have to yell. But guys, this week is the beginning of the Cancer astrology sign, and I'm a Cancer. I'm on the board of Cancer in Leo. My birthday's coming up next month, and I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do. Oh, y'all see this ghetto knots here, y'all? I'm starting to lose weight, and I'm starting to see it in my clothes. And do you do this? Every time you put on something that's too big or too tight, or the button pops, you say you're gonna fix it, and then when you take it off, you just wash it and hang it up, and then the next time you put it on, you be like, oh, I gotta fix this, I gotta sew this. So guess what? There's my ghetto knot, and I'm proud of my ghetto knot, because that means that my weight is starting to come down. But guys, I just wanted to let you know that I am up on the videos. You're probably gonna get 2 and 3 videos back to back because of, you know, the internet connection. But I'm a Cancer, close to Leo. Yes, I'm a caretaker. I'll take care of you. But at the same time, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, I will definitely put my foot up your behind to make sure that you do. Okay, so I got a little bit of both sides. But also, too, my grandmother's been on my mind a lot, because this upcoming week will be her birthday. She was a Cancer as well, but she's been in my dreams, she's been on my mind, and this story just popped into my head. It's not long, it's really quick. I find it to be funny because it's a true story, and it involved my favorite people, my mom, my baby, and my grandmother. So guys, this happened a long time ago. My mother and I, we lived in the same apartment complex. She was on one floor, I was on the other. And my grandmother would keep my son so that I could finish college and work. That woman was amazing, because she would take 2 buses to get to my apartment so that I can. She was amazing, okay? And sometimes she would keep my son either in my apartment, or she would keep my son in my mother's apartment. She had access to both apartments. So this particular time, she was at my mother's apartment, and my mom, like the rest of us, we would often buy my grandmother, you know, gifts, slips, dresses for church, hats, whatever she wanted, we would get it for her. And a lot of times I would buy stuff and say, oh, you know, it's too short for me because I'm 5'7", and she was like 5'1", maybe 5'2". She was a little shorty thing, a little light-skinned shorty thing. And she didn't like to take things from me a lot, because she said I was spoiling her. But I would come up with some story. Oh, I can't fit it. It doesn't fit right. Whatever. And I would just give it to her. And my mom, being a homemade seamstress, she would adjust it. So anyway, my grandmother was always hooked up. Okay, through the family, we hooked her up. So this particular day, we're at my mother's apartment. I'm coming in from work to pick up my son, who at the time was a toddler. And my mother had brought my grandmother a Totes rain hat. So for those of you that are not familiar with Totes, Totes make hats and umbrellas. Their products repel water. So if you pour water on it in the rain, you're not supposed to get wet, at least not you personally. So she bought my grandmother a Totes rain hat, and I'm like, Nana, because that's how I would talk to her. Nana, I see how this hat work. And she was like, because she spoke very, get back, boo, get back, excuse me. She spoke very softly, but when she was laying down the law, we all stood still. So she said, okay, because she called me Nisa. She said, go ahead, niece. Go on, do what you gonna do. I know you crazy. So I said, but you gotta put the hat on, Nana. She was like, okay, well, just go on and see if the hat works. So she's holding my son, and I put the hat on her. So I go into my mother's kitchen. So right by the kitchen is the front door, and as soon as you open my mother's front door, you can see the kitchen, and you can see the living room where my grandmother was holding my son. So I run out of the kitchen with the plant sprayer, because my mother had a lot of plants in her apartment. So as I get over to my grandmother, I start spraying her with the plant sprayer. And at the same time, my mother is coming through the door. Now, my mom is the diva. She's the overdramatic one in the family. She's the Broadway star. At least she thinks she is. Oh my God, the sky is falling. The sky is falling. Okay, when it comes to her. And she opens the door and she sees me spraying the Totes hat on my grandmother. She goes, what are you doing to my mother? What are you doing to my mother? And what are you doing to my grandson? Give me my grandson. Oh my goodness, give me my grandson. So I'm like, because I'm steady with the water. I'm like, yeah, the water's bouncing off. Look at here, Nana, look. So mother, she said, if you don't put that plant sprayer down. So my grandmother's sitting in the chair, and the water is repelling off of her. So I said, Nana, what you think? So she said, well, she said, well, niece, I'm not wet. At least my head's not wet. So I guess it's work. Are you happy now? So I said, yeah. I was like, Ma, that's a good gift you gave us. My mother's looking at me. And in my mother's eyes, any and everything that I do is because my daddy. You just like your daddy. You just like your daddy. I can go and walk outside and pick up a newspaper. You pick up that newspaper just like your daddy. I can pick my nose. You pick your nose just like your daddy. So that's, that's where the diva is. So my grandmother, I went and got her a towel, and she's just drying herself off, and she looks at my mother. She goes, she comes from you. She comes from you. Wait a minute, guys. This sun is going behind the clouds. I can take those glasses off. Oh my goodness, guys. Remember I was telling you I get chickmunk cheeks from my allergies. I swell up. But she tells my mother, she goes, she gets that from you. She gets that from you. And here's the diva. No, she doesn't. She gets that from her father. She gets everything out of the ordinary from her father. I tell you, she is her walking, talking, everything like her father. So my grandmother, she just looks at me and she burst out laughing, guys. Guys, I miss my Nana so much. She'd be down with the cause. There was a couple of things that you couldn't mess with her. You couldn't mess with the rock with her. She liked wrestling. She used to play basketball. Yes, she did. She liked wrestling. She liked basketball. She liked sports. She liked football. If you wanted to get her pistivity, when that wrestling was on and The Rock came out, stand in front of the TV. It's like you just blew up a building when you all of a sudden it's like her head spin around. I know, baby, you gonna move from in front of that TV before Nana have to show you something. And so each one of us, the grandkids, we would like take turns running from the TV, running back. She'd be like, now don't play with me. But yeah, guys, that was funny. She let me spray her with that water to see if that hat worked, because she just loved all of us, and we all loved her, and we miss her. And yes, Kobe. Okay, all right, boo. I gotta go. The boss of the family is like, let's go. But guys, I just want to say thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed that story time, because I have a lot more. I have my little hoodoo voodoo one I got to tell you. It's a little bit long, but I'm trying to shorten it so that you can get all of the tidbits that go into make the big climax of the story. But you're gonna laugh at that one too. So to all my DBs, to all my new subscribers, to all of you that have taken the time to watch and listen to what I have to say, thank you so much. You are so greatly appreciated. So you know what I'm about to say. You know what time it is. Love on yourself today. Give yourself a hug and give yourself a kiss. And stop playing. Bye, guys.